Aren't you glad that I'm always here to tell you all of the ways in which you are wrong?
I don't know how I lived without it. Like it was the very miserable seven first years of my life, and then finally I was reunited with someone who
Yeah,
always can tell me when I'm
my
wrong.
first words were actually
Wrong.
wrong.
In the times of brick phones, Tamagotchis, and curtain bangs, the 90s kids cried out for a badass. She was Xena, the warrior princess. The kicks, the moves, the nostalgia, the queerness. Xena made us gay.
Hi, everyone.
Hello,
I'm Kris,
and I'm Alice.
and you're listening to Xena Made Me Gay. So, today we are going to be talking about episode 7 of season 2 called
Mm.
Intimate Stranger. And we're gonna find out who this intimate stranger is.
Actually, there's a couple of options.
Yes, I agree that it's open to interpretation, this one, unlike Giant Killer, which is about someone who kills a giant. Before we get into all of the semantics of who this intimate stranger is,
Mm-hmm.
let me recap the episode for those of you that haven't seen it in a while. So, we start in this Inception esque sequence of dreams within dreams that Xena is having, all of which revolve around the guilt that she has around the way Callisto died and whether it was a murder on Xena's part.
Yep.
Finally, she actually wakes up, clearly still very distressed. And we find out that she and Gabrielle are following the rest of Callisto's crew to bring them to justice. We then see that Joxer also decided to do that. And of course, he gets himself captured. He gets beaten up quite a bit, but Xena arrives just in time, so the baddies scatter, and Joxer is freed, albeit in a very undignified way.
Aw.
He asks Xena not to let him fall on his face, after which she lets him fall on his face.
Yeah, it's nicely done because the camera is situated on the floor, and like we see basically Joxer fall on his face into the camera.
Yeah, it's really well done. So that night, Callisto suddenly appears in front of Xena when Xena dozes off for a moment. And as Xena follows Callisto, she somehow slips from that dream into a different state, which we find out is the underworld. So Callisto and Ares are there, and it appears that they've teamed up. Ares must have picked Callisto as the next best thing after Xena to be his partner in taking over the world. And the two of them try to capture Xena, and she ends up spinning into a rock. I know this sounds stupid, but that's because it also looks stupid.
I mean, they try to make it look like it's just the natural motion of someone spinning out of control, but no, it's
No, a
literally.
spinning out of control is a metaphor. Nobody actually spins when they're
Yeah,
out of
it's like
control.
a physical manifestation of spinning out of control.
But
But like
that's not how it looks like.
it looks like a dance move.
But like, you know, this meme lady, this blonde lady that is supposed to teach you how to dance to electronic music.
No.
Um, there is this meme of this blonde, and she appears quite tall. Also, this the blonde tall woman who's like, "This is how you dance to." I don't remember what specific genre of electronic music it is to this music, and it's the weirdest thing you've ever seen.
Okay. we're all gonna check this out, but I don't think that if you haven't seen the episode, you can imagine like the moves that Xena makes, because it's like she's spinning and then she smashes her whole body
Into a
face
rock.
face against the rock.
Yeah, it's there is no explanation. After that, Xena immediately gets up from sleep. She wakes Gabrielle up and tells her that they have to go to Amphipolis because she has this inexplicable feeling that Callisto is going there and she's going to kill Xena's mother. And Xena also tells Gabrielle that they should leave Joxer behind because he'd only get himself killed. They do take Argo, though, and Argo seems to be really distressed for reasons that are unclear. Before they leave, though, Xena steps out of the building, sees Ares, walks up to him, and starts making out with him.
Yep.
And then Ares welcomes Callisto back. So we find out that using Xena's guilt, Ares and Callisto managed to trap her in the underworld in the body of Callisto. And then Callisto herself managed to escape Tartarus and land in Xena's body in
Mm-hmm.
the regular world. So at this point, it's going to get really confusing, but just keep in mind that whenever I say Xena, I will refer to Xena who is stuck in Tartarus in the body of Callisto, and whenever I say Callisto, I will refer to Callisto who has snuck into the world of the living in Xena's body.
Yeah. It's really confusing when we're just talking about it, but I would say that in the episode itself, the actresses did a really nice job, and
Mm.
we clearly understand who is who. And I'm gonna talk about that later, but like I was never confused for a second. Like the moment you see Xena, you're like, ah, okay, I know what's going on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We then see Callisto walking with Gabrielle and Argo, and then she suddenly turns to Gabrielle and tells her that whenever they encounter Callisto again, Gabrielle should be the one to kill her.
Surprise!
Yeah, that confuses Gabrielle quite a lot. She can't quite understand why Xena would say that. And later on, we see that Callisto actually is coaching Gabrielle on how to kill herself. You know, like she looks like Xena, so only we know that she's coaching Gabrielle on how to kill herself. And it's a very interesting parallel to exactly what Gabrielle was asking for a couple of episodes
Mm-hmm.
ago,
Mm-hmm.
except by this point, Gabrielle doesn't want it and is really, really perturbed by the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a very interesting parallel that they've created there. Back in Tartarus, Xena tries to explain to Hades that, well, she's indeed Xena, and she just happens to look like Callisto. And after a few tries, she does manage to, but for some reason, Hades decides to be super annoying, and he only lets Xena get back to the world of the living for one day, and she has to remain in the wrong body. Why? Cause.
Gods love entertainment. It's the only way I can explain it.
I guess. So, meanwhile, Callisto decides to fuck with Xena by gravely wounding Argo, not killing Argo, but gravely wounding her so that I guess Xena has to put Argo down herself. But what Callisto doesn't know
Yeah.
is that Xena is the greatest doctor who's ever lived. So Xena gets to Argo in time. She puts some natural herbal moisturizer on Argo's wound.
Because yeah, it literally looks like she comes to a tree, she cuts a tree open, like a branch open with her sword, and then like a white liquid, really looking like some
Like
um
body lotion.
body, like liquid body milk, like body lotion, starts pouring out of the tree, and she collects it with a bunch of leaves and just puts it on Argo, and that's it.
Yeah,
Cured.
yeah. Argo is immediately healed. Like she's great. At no point are we worried. Like the stakes have never been lower.
Aw.
Um, and interestingly, Joxer also shows up and tries defending Argo, thinking that Xena is Callisto, which is very sweet. And Xena does explicitly recognize that, and she tells him. It's a really, really heartwarming moment.
Yes, I cannot believe how much I love Joxer now
Yeah,
on
like what the
watching it
fuck?
now.
Callisto, meanwhile, goes to her former crew, kills her right hand man, the one that had a crush on her.
Mm.
And of course, everyone just assumes that who they think is Xena is their new leader. They're just like, yep, cool, works for us. Callisto tells her people to attack Amphipolis, take every single person hostage without killing anyone, and to bring all the hostages to a cave where they're hanging out. And the plan is to burn them all alive as Xena watches, sort of as a parallel to what Callisto experienced as a child. At that point, Ares shows up and he's like, this doesn't make sense with my fantasy. And Callisto's like, well, tough titties. It's happening.
Yeah, Ares is like, he looks really hot in this episode, but he cannot do anything. Like at the very beginning, he's like, yeah, I chosen another warrior who is going to be more like into my cause than you. And then this warrior also completely fucks Ares over.
Yeah, and he's like, now I'm mad. And so I'm gonna
Leave.
walk away. Yes.
You're like, wow, that was really frightening.
Oh no. So Xena does get to Callisto. They fight, but at the deciding moment, Gabrielle appears, and Gabrielle still doesn't know that the switcheroo happened. So she threatens Xena with a dagger, logically assuming it's Callisto.
Mm-hmm.
But Xena does manage to prove that it's her, and Gabrielle stands down. Then Xena hits Callisto with a poison dart that puts Callisto to sleep, and somehow they both end up in the underworld again that way. The mechanism there is not entirely clear, but
Maybe
whatever.
with the help of Hades, we don't know.
Sure. And then Xena brings out all the people that Callisto has killed, as well as Callisto's own mother, who's
Mm-hmm.
not mad at Callisto, just disappointed.
Yeah.
And shockingly, all of that works, and
Mhm.
Callisto feels guilty, which helps trap her back in Tartarus. And so Xena goes back to the world of the living, except the body swap remains.
Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, this is very weird for Gabrielle.
Yeah.
And we kind of end there. So it remains to be seen how this storyline gets resolved.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of like the longest story arc going from series to series. Like, of course, we do not erase the events of the past. Like, we know that Perdiccas, Gabriel's husband, is dead, and like it's not like we forget about it like episode to episode. But usually,
As much as we want to.
as much as we want to, yeah. But usually it's like, oh, like this episode is kind of serious, and then the next one is going to be like Warrior Princess Triumph is going to be like kind of funny, and like it's not like the story seamlessly continues. But here, the story has to continue seamlessly because we have Xena and Callisto's body. So like,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen?
Yeah. True. If I remember correctly, they had to do it because Lucy Lawless broke her hip.
Oh, really interesting.
Yeah, so they were like, shit, we need to like minimize the amount of screen time for Lucy while she's recovering.
Aw, I mean, not bad. It really seems that the showrunners just generally like Hudson Lake. Like she appears in a lot of extra episodes. Like there are a couple of minor characters or like minor like actors in minor roles that keep reappearing, like Carl Urban, who basically played
I would say
ev
that's a minor role. It's a supporting role, but it's not minor.
I mean, I would say that like there are only two major roles, and maybe jocks are kinda like 30%
But
there.
it's not just major and minor. I would say it's like main, supporting, and then minor.
Maybe like, but like as much as I want to think otherwise, Caesar appears in maybe 4 episodes out of
Mm.
how many? So yeah, it's not a big role, but like this actor keeps coming back, and I think that's actress who plays Callisto also keeps coming back. She's not about playing different characters. She's just about the screenwriters finding ways to insert Callisto back into the story. Like as you
Aw.
said before, it's like the return of Callisto, part one, the return of Callisto, part 10.
Yeah, yeah. She just likes returning. What can we do?
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I like her.
So, let's discuss some notable moments of
Hmm.
of the episode. And the first thing I want to say, because I have to mention it every time, and it's very exciting every time for me.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
The boob dagger is back again.
Yes, yes, yes. I also was so glad to see the boob dagger.
I completely forgot how reliably recurring the boob dagger is.
Right? Yeah. Which basically, the boob dagger was conceived as a joke at some point. So, like, I'm very impressed.
I
Like,
know. Yeah. I was like, ha ha, boob dagger, and then it just now it's like almost as much of a part and parcel of Xena's arsenal as the chakram.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this time it's used by Callisto to um, encourage Gabrielle to murder. She
Hmm.
literally ties the dagger to the end of Gabrielle's staff,
Hmm.
and that's what Gabrielle uses to threaten Xena when she thinks that the person in Callisto's body is Callisto, as one logically would.
Hmm.
Usually, when you see someone's body, you assume the person in that body corresponds to the body. It's just like, I don't know about you all. Personally, that's the way I tend to go.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
some
can't I
people.
can't quite blame Gabrielle for making that mistake.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Um, yeah, speaking of Gabrielle, it's I again want to like I will give a lot of praise to the actresses.
Please do.
Coming back to Gabrielle, in terms of just like how her character develops,
Yeah.
um, I haven't rewatched this episode in a while. It was one of those that I don't think I saw a lot of times, and I did not remember what exactly happens. I just knew the main trick with like switching of the bodies.
Uh-huh.
And when Gabrielle was quote unquote consoling Xena in her dream, when she was saying,
Uh-huh.
just because you did not show Callisto the same mercy that other people showed you, that doesn't make you a murderer. I swear they got me. They tricked me because
Mm.
then we go to like, well, if you like behaved with if Hercules behaved with you how you behaved with Callisto, you'd be dead now. Like
Mm-hmm.
then I was like, okay, this is not Gabrielle. But before I was like thinking that that's kind of like the this passive aggressive way of speaking
Mm-hmm.
and this high horse that Gabby usually has. So it did not occur to me that it's like something out of character. It was like slightly harsh, but like I could imagine her saying that actually.
Yeah, and also I would say that it's factually true.
Yes, but not a very nice thing to say to your friend who's suffering.
True. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Speaking of things that are nice to say, I absolutely loved this moment when Callisto has gotten back to her crew, has killed her right hand man, and is now making all of these arrangements to hurt Xena, and she tells one of her men, "Okay, we're gonna wait for Callisto to get here, and then we're gonna burn everyone. Understand?" And the man is like, "No, but we'll do it."
Yeah, I also like this moment.
It
I'm
was
like,
so funny.
this is employee of the month behavior.
I know. I loved it so much. I loved it so much that they included this little detail of um where they demonstrate just how little understanding there sometimes is when you're just following orders. And you're like, don't get it. We'll do it.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I really, really loved it also.
Mm.
Another thing that I really loved is when Callisto is communicating with Ares in Xena's body. Like first they make out, and then at some point, like maybe in another scene, they start sparring. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they're fighting with their swords, and I don't know how, but they made that sword fight look very sexual. Maybe
They,
it's just me,
yeah, I don't know whether I saw that.
but it was like they were talking and Callisto in Xena's body was like making pauses between what she says. She's like, and then smack with the sword. You will smack. Do this, smack. And like
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
that was very BDSM-y. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Was that before or after they actually fucked?
I think it's right before. I think it leads up to that because she's
That's
like,
the foreplay.
and yeah, absolutely. And she's like, and you promised me satisfaction. And he's like, oh, I did, didn't
Oh,
I? And then
right.
they
Yeah,
start
yeah,
to
yeah,
fuck.
yeah, yeah. Which is interesting
Hmm.
because we've talked before about how Callisto seems to be very definitely aro, probably asexual.
Yeah.
And even though we do see her have sex in this episode, I don't think that necessarily disproves it
Hmm.
because
I agree.
it seems pretty obvious that she just makes a strategic decision to keep Ares on her side until the moment that she decides she just doesn't need him anymore.
Yes. And also when they kiss or like when they talk, she seems really giddy as Callisto often does. But this giddiness has nothing to do with Ares, and we kind of sense it. Like she's
Mm,
hyped about something, but she's hyped about her plan. She's hyped about being able to hurt Xena. And
right.
going a little further, I would say that Ares is into it. I would say that like that's Ares's thing, maybe.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So actually, I think what he might be getting out of it is that he essentially gets to fuck Xena in two different ways. Like he gets to fuck Xena's body. I'm sure he has no complaints about that. And
Hmm.
also, like, Callisto's plan is to fuck Xena over. So maybe he's also enjoying that part.
Yeah, yeah, I would say that like the plan where it becomes all about revenge, he's like, oh no 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 no, that's gone too far.
Mm,
But that's it.
yeah. Huh. Interesting. Um, yeah, and of course, when Callisto talks about satisfaction, like that's not the kind of satisfaction she means. Aries, being Aries, makes his assumptions, but
Yeah.
no, that's not what she meant, baby boy.
No, 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 that's true. And like again, maybe that's reading something into it, but I've watched a couple of videos of a creator who is asexual,
Mm.
and she was talking about like her experience and that she had sex and she even could take pleasure from sex. It's just not exactly how other people feel it. So I think that like Callisto is like she's on a roll. She's having fun, but it's just like
Hmm.
it's never the end goal. And she's definitely aromantic because like she feels a lot of feels for Xena, but that's not love.
You don't think? But like, it's interesting because Xena is definitely like the most important person in her life. Like, she's so singularly obsessed with Xena in a way that's very homo, just not sexual.
Yeah.
Homocidal.
Homicidal, yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds right. But like you're right, like with Aries, for example, you could see that she doesn't give two shits about him. Like she absolutely is just using him.
makes no difference to her whether he's in or out. Sorry.
So again, I like that we have so many assumptions and theories, although none of the things are spoken of the things that we're discussing. So I think that like
Mm-hmm.
again that just is about how great the acting is
Mm-hmm.
in this
Mm-hmm.
episode. Like particularly Lucy Lawless. I think like
She's
everybody's
so
good, but
good.
she's phenomenal at playing Callisto. Like wow. And like again as I said, like when she wakes up and she wakes Gabrielle up and like her
Mm.
fingers make this like weird shape,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's Callisto. Like instantly. Like the
Yeah,
first
yeah, yeah. The physicality is just so different.
and so there and like that takes like a lot of skill to study another actor that closely, and even her voice sounds different. Like both of their voices sound different. Like I think Hudson Lake, just her voice becomes deeper when she's speaking as Xena, but with Lucy Lawless she just takes on all of the mannerisms, the laughter, the scream, like everything is spot on. It's just like so perfect.
Bringing back my favorite recurring rubric of Xena having influenced all of the media that has ever existed since
Okay.
since its airing. Um, I think it is very possible that John Travolta and Nicolas Cage, as they were preparing for Face Off, which started filming in early 1997,
Uh-huh.
and this episode aired in late 1996. So very, very close, would be super fresh in their minds. I think it is very possible that, they studied Lucy's performance and took notes, and that's why the acting in Face Off was also top tier.
Totally plausible to me. Yeah, kudos to the two actors who swap roles, but I also again want to say that like Gabrielle's role is also kind of tough in this one because, for example,
Mm-hmm.
at the very end when all is good and like we know that it's Xena in Callisto's body and they already talked about that it's strange, so now it should be
Mm-hmm.
like this good moment of reconciliation. Xena touches Gabrielle's shoulder and we can see Gabrielle like physically
Recoil.
recoil and
Yeah.
flinch from this touch and how weird it is to her. And I thought that like whoa, yeah, that's very emotional. This moment I remember upon my first watch because like it was
Mm.
so visceral.
Yeah. That was really good. But right after that, what Xena says is, instead of thinking about Callisto when you see me, think about Perdiccas and how much you loved him.
That doesn't make any
That
sense.
makes no sense. Like, first of all, what? What? Second of all, seems to be the least helpful association because Perdiccas is the most painful association with Callisto's
Yeah,
body. That seems
yeah.
completely counterintuitive. Like,
That, yeah. I mean, the actors did a phenomenal job. The screenwriters, on the other hand,
it's
not every
just
time.
so baffling.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I was like, literally just say like, think about, you know, who I am and how much I care about like anything. But like,
yeah.
think about how much you love Perdic. Like, what the fuck does he have to do with anything?
I don't know. I think they're trying to make fetch happen, like they're trying to make this hetero romance happen because at the very end, Gabriel is like, "Oh, I am going to tell you a story that I dreamt of Perdiccas. I sing of Perdiccas, the boy that
Oh
I knew
no.
and the man that I loved." And it was painful. Yeah, I was
So
like,
bad.
ugh. Coming up to the themes and I don't know, main things that we take away from the episode, I would say that what stood out to me was Callisto's arc with Ares because
Mm.
it was very classically done. Like it could be in
Hmm.
a tragedy because he's like, I'm going to take you out of Tartarus. I'm going to give you whatever you want. I'm a god. I am
Mm-hmm.
going to
Mm-hmm.
give you an army. I'm going to give you anything that you want. You are going to like rule the world with me. You literally have everything. And Callisto's like, yeah, sure, but I want to, I want to revenge Xena and like gather her village in a cave and burn them alive and like derive pleasure from that.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, well, you have to like avoid Xena for one day. Like
Uh-huh.
she's not getting out of Tartarus. Like just for one day. Like leave that alone. And she's like, nope, I cannot.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that is fatum to me, like fatum in a way that
Right.
like you cannot escape your own demons sort of thing,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought that was very well done.
Mm-hmm.
How I think it must be clear to Callisto that Ares is making a valid point, but she just doesn't
Mm-hmm.
care. It just
Mm-hmm.
That's not why she came back, even.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she
Mm-hmm.
came back for Xena, and if Xena just gets trapped in Tartarus forever without her ever getting this sweet, sweet satisfaction, as she calls it, what's
Mm-hmm.
what's the point even?
Yeah, because like she's absolutely obsessed. And I remember when we were studying the classics in the university, like there was a lot of discussion of like why do people behave like that? Because it's not rational behavior, but
Mm-hmm.
usually it's written in a way that you understand that they're completely obsessed and completely all
Mm-hmm.
consumed. I was trying to kind of like find a parallel, and like the closest thing that I found was Medea, because she has a
Mm.
line that reads, I understand what evil is, but my fury is stronger than my reason.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think like it fits here because Callisto not only knows what she's giving up, she also understands completely that that's basically self-destruction on her part,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but she doesn't care. She's just
Nope.
on a roll. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think it helps that Callisto generally is very into self-destruction.
Yep. Basically, from the moment we first saw her, yeah.
So it's even less of an issue for her.
Yeah, it's more like Ares just like completely misread her.
Yeah, yeah,
She
that's
cannot give him what he wants.
Oh no, 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 no. Maybe he would just got lonely.
Yeah, yeah, and speaking of that, I think that that's the another kind of big theme of this episode is gods being kind of passive observance in the
Mm.
lives of mortals because we have basically two gods appear there. I was very happy to see that Hades is played by the same actor
Aw.
because as a child I loved the story of Orpheus and Eurydice and Hades and Persephone so much
Mm-hmm.
that when I saw Hades portrayed in a TV show, I was like, oh yay yay yay! I love him. He's my
Oh,
favorite guy.
baby girl. Such baby girl behavior.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And I think I don't know. I had like a minor crush on this actor. I still think that the casting is
Aw.
good. He has like those haunting eyes. Like I think it's a good match for Hades.
Aw.
But that being said, like he does essentially nothing. He's the god of the underworld, and he cannot, first of all, understand like that a soul is in the wrong body. He
Yeah,
can
that
be
was
tricked,
baffling.
right?
Like, sweetie, how are you so clueless, baby?
Yeah, but yeah, and like he helps Xena a little bit, but just a little bit because like he it seems like he cannot do much. And with Ares is the same thing. Like he's also easy on the eyes. I think that this Ares that we see in this episode with longer hair and
Mm.
that rocker vest, I think that's the best sort of Ares that we're gonna get throughout the whole series.
Interesting, interesting. Okay.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I think I prefer season one Aries a little bit.
Hmm.
The with the slightly shorter hair.
Shorter hair. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's a matter of preference. Like here, he looks like an '80s rock star, and I kind of dig it.
Yeah, I think it's just leaning a little bit too heavily into the contemporariness of the hairstyle.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, that being said, he also does nothing, and like he can threaten, and he can like say, "No, well, it's not what we agreed on."
Okay, your interpretation of whiny Hades is my favorite.
Yeah, but like he cannot do anything, and I don't know. It really it kind of doesn't make sense, but on the other hand, it really does make sense because I think it really is close to the ancient Greek gods that we see in myths. They also can be
Oh.
tricked. They also don't know a lot of things. They also
Mm.
fight and are petty with each other. So it really seemed like yeah, that's legit god behavior.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so you kept saying that they can't do much.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
And for me, that part is unclear. Like,
Hmm.
they can do much or they can be bothered to do much. I feel like there's an important distinction there. And I think in this episode, it's very much ambiguous.
True. True. True.
But I would say in this episode, Hades gives can't be bothered, and
Mm-hmm.
Ares gives like can't because it's impossible for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just interesting to me that like he kind of gets sort of angry at the end, but no one suffers from the anger of the god of war.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He just throws a little tantrum, but
Yeah,
like
and just
quietly.
quietly and walks away. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's
so
sort of sweet.
adorable. I know. I was gonna say something that a toddler would do, but like a toddler would cause chaos. A
Yeah, yeah,
toddler would
toddler would be
break
loud.
shit. Um, Speaking of toddlers, someone who is surprisingly growing at a very fast pace and in in a in an admirable way
Yeah.
from toddler to a real man is Joxer.
Yes,
Girl,
yeah.
what the fuck? This is turning into a Joxer fan podcast.
Right? Like I'm shocked that I like him so much.
Yeah, and like in this episode, he just gets to show such valiant sides of himself, the way that he pursues Callisto's crew, knowing, I think, pretty pretty well that it's dangerous and he might get captured. Um, Trying to defend Argo from Callisto,
Mhm.
knowing
Mhm.
very well how that can end for him.
Yeah.
That's just impressive. Like, I'm wow, good job, Joxer.
Yeah. I'm super impressed, but I'm trying to understand why I didn't like him so much when I was a teen, and I like him so much now. And I think that now I like him because he gives like a human perspective to what's going on. His
Hmm.
reactions are very contemporary and very on par with like a an ordinary person in those kind of circumstances.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like it seemed to me when I was a teen that like it's just like, oh, he's like a weakie. To quote Fleabag. Um, but now he just seems like he's like a stand-in for me essentially, like any normal person who would
Hmm.
react in these circumstances.
I mean,
And
a little dumber.
I mean, yeah, but also we don't know how we would react like in extreme danger. Like I don't know, definitely.
Well,
Um,
yeah. I mean, I think
maybe not
it's
like
still
Joxer.
yes. Like I think like we are giving Joxer the praise he absolutely fully 100% deserves. That being said, I don't think we're being delulu here about his intellectual abilities.
No, that's all true, but like again, what absolutely drove me mad when I was a teen, I think are the things that I'm enjoying now, like his naivete and like his vulnerability. I think we already compared him to Don Quixote once, and I think that like
Mhm.
he has that quality, and Don Quixote is like famously we laugh at him, but he's also a tragic figure. And I
Right.
think that it kind of peeks through
Mhm.
once in a while for
Yeah.
me here, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. Who knew? Right?
Who knew? Yeah.
And the last thing I wanted to bring up as kind of a more overarching theme is Callisto and whether or not she actually felt guilt there at the end when she got trapped in Tartarus, because
Mm-hmm.
like she's pretty clearly a psychopath. Like I think that
Mm-hmm.
that seems to be a pretty fitting description for how she behaves, how she thinks, at least to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I even did some like 3 minutes of research.
Okay, I did too. I want to know what you found out first.
Okay, so it it seems like it's not impossible for psychopaths to feel guilt.
Mm-hmm.
It just the the consequences of their actions are a lot more removed in their
Mm.
understanding of their actions than for people who are not psychopaths.
Mm.
So at some point, if they find out like, oh, I really really hurt someone, they can be like, oh shit. But as they were doing that thing, it just completely was not part of their thought process.
Mm.
That's what I found out. What did you find out?
So I was thinking um, whether Callisto's a psychopath, and I was thinking maybe Callisto, hot take, is a sociopath.
Oh.
Because like again in my teenage years, I did some research on sociopaths. I found them fascinating.
Yep.
Be-
Yep. Yep.
be-
Yep.
because I had a character who I thought was a sociopath.
Oh, I see. I see. Like a character that you created. I
Yeah.
see.
The
I see.
LARPing character. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like they're, as far as I understand, like sociopaths and psychopaths, they're like close. But as far as I understand, psychopaths, the reason for their emotional response, abnormal emotional response, is more in the chemical structure of their brain.
Hmm.
And in sociopaths, actually, it's more often due to trauma, which fits with
Hmm.
Callisto. And
Interesting.
sociopaths, they do feel emotions.
Oh, psychopaths also feel emotions.
Yes, but like I would say that like psychopaths are more calm and calculated in how they act, and
Hmm.
sociopaths are more irrational, are quicker to be angry, and they're closer to how I would say like a run-of-the-mill person is functioning. For example, in sociopaths, they have this like they get very, very attached, emotionally attached to one particular person, and
Hmm.
that could be like they're willing to protect that person, they're very loyal to that person, but they also can lash out, and they also can like that could turn into somewhat of an obsession. And I think that also kind of
Mm-hmm.
fits with Callisto's relationship with Xena. And sociopaths are like I think like they could feel guilt like easier than psychopaths, but with them it's like not always like reasoning and consequence. Like they can feel guilt for something and still keep doing that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So that was my 3 minute research.
Okay, okay. And so all of that is to say you do think that Callisto genuinely felt some guilt there.
I would say, like, in terms of just how the episode was structured and that nothing was leading to it, it was a little bit Deus ex machina for me. It was a little
Same.
bit, right? Like
Yeah,
this,
like it felt like it happened because the plot demanded it more than
yeah,
it made sense for it to happen.
yeah, it was like, here you go, a solution.
Now go spin into a rock.
Yeah. But I kind of liked some of the aspects of it. Like I liked how they, for example, showed us Tartarus and the souls in Tartarus, because basically, like at some point, first Callisto sees her mother, who's
Mm-hmm.
disappointed in her, and then Xena's like, "Oh, here are all the people you killed, essentially, and they also had families and they have relatives." And it seems that like a small zombie apocalypse is happening around
Yes.
Callisto because they're like all charging at her. But I like that they were not aggressive. They were just like idle with those empty facial expressions. And that's how I think in popular culture that's how we tend to think about Tartarus and the
Hmm.
souls in Tartarus. So I thought that that was nicely done. And I like that Xena said like once Callisto was like starting to hear the voices and starting to get into like the feels of guilt, Xena said, "You cannot stop it. Once it begins, it's like a crashing wave." Like
Hmm.
there is some truth to that, I guess. Like they try to make it as passable as they could. Still, it was a little heavy-handed.
Yeah, yeah. I thought the mother was the best part. Like
Hmm.
I believe the mother in terms
Hmm.
of um Callisto being genuinely perturbed by the fact that the mother is so disapproving of her.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um and then all the others, that was harder for me to buy. I almost wish that they flipped the order. I wish
Mm,
they were like, here are all these people you killed, and Callisto's like, yeah, whatever. And then
mm,
they bring out the mom, and she is kind of
mm-hmm.
the catalyst for Callisto starting to feel that guilt. But oh well. And this brings us to the fun credits, and they follow the classic structure. So they
Mm-hmm.
say Argo was not harmed during the production of this motion picture. However, she is undergoing intensive psychotherapy to help her work through her resentment and feelings of distrust towards Xena.
Oh,
Yeah, at some point
baby Argo.
I think they like splash her with water like in
In
her
the
face.
eye.
Yeah.
In the eye of a horsey. I was also disturbed by that.
Horsey.
Good to know that she's fine.
Yeah, but she did such a good job, the horse actress. When she was just like lying down there and pretending to be wounded, she did an excellent job. I was very proud of
Aw.
her. So, what would you say was the gayest moment of the episode?
It's hard.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not a
so
very gay episode.
it's not a very good episode, but hear me out. The gayest, not even the moment, like the gayest theme for me
Oh,
is
theme.
Callisto wanting to emotionally touch Xena and basically getting off of that while fucking Ares.
Mm. Okay.
You
Okay.
know,
I
you
see what
know.
I see what you're describing. Okay. Yeah. 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 It's like thinking about your hot crush while you're fucking your boring ass husband,
Yeah, like
but
that, something like
more
that.
murderous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I like that. Um, I'll stay more straightforward in that sense. I think there's this nice little moment when Xena is still in her old body at the beginning of the episode, and she's about to doze off, but she hasn't yet. She's just standing at a window staring
Mm-hmm.
into the void, and Gabrielle comes with a blanket and gently
Yeah.
wraps the blanket around Xena and kind of,
Hugging her in the process.
yes, kind of lingering with her hands around Xena. Um, like it's this like little lingering and the tenderness of the gesture, I would say, would be my gayest moment of the episode.
Aw, that's a sweet one.
Yeah. And how many chakrams out of 10 would you give this episode?
Mm. I liked parts of it,
Mm-hmm.
but I would say overall it's still underwhelming for me, so I would give it a 6.
Interesting. I absolutely loved it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's going to be one of those fairly rare occasions where I give a much higher chakram rating than you do. I think if not for the slightly miscalculated guilt thing with Callisto, and if not for the fucking idiotic Perdiccas final scene, it would have been a
Mm,
10.
okay.
And
That's cool.
because of those annoying things, it's a 9. But I thought it was an excellent episode.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
It really is a rare occasion.
Yeah. First time this season, actually.
But I'm glad that your string of 6s finally
Oh
stopped.
yes, I mean I got 3, and you can't get better than 3 6s. So that brings us to the end of our episode right here.
Hmm.
We will come back soon to discuss episode 8 of season 2 of Xena Warrior Princess. That one will be called 10 Little Warlords.
Okay, I'm excited for this one.
Okay.
This one I remember.
I remember the title, but not what happens.
Okay, good. But yeah, meanwhile, feel free to drop us a line on our Instagram at Xena Made Me Gay. We're always really happy to hear from you.
Absolutely. And until then, take care.